So our next presenter is Richard Allen, who is the CEO of Warren General Hospital, which happens to be in Warren County. And I truly appreciate the CEO of Warren General being here and giving us the perspectives of barriers to employment in rural areas. And Rick, I know what a long travel it is, about almost 250 miles to be here. I appreciate you taking the time to come here and share with us your testimony. So please proceed.
Fantastic. Thank you, Kathy. My pleasure to be here, by the way. And no snow makes it an easy drive, so that was pretty simple. Well, good morning. My name is Richard Allen. I'm Chief Executive Officer of Warren General Hospital in Warren, Pennsylvania. It truly is my honor, pleasure, and privilege to testify before you this morning. By way of background, Warren General Hospital is an 85-bed independent nonprofit hospital serving Warren County and the surrounding regions. Warren General Hospital was established and organized by the residents of Warren County nearly or over 100 years ago. We are licensed by the Pennsylvania Department of Health and organized under the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania as a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are an independent hospital, although we are partnered with Pittsburgh and Erie-based Allegheny Health Network and LECOM Health. That organization holds a minority equity interest or membership interest in Warren General Hospital. The city of Warren, Pennsylvania is an estimated population of 9,000. The county an estimated population of 40,000. Warren County meets the Pennsylvania General Assembly's criteria to be considered a rural community, which is fewer than 284 residents per square mile. Although the population of Warren is declining, similar to many small communities across Pennsylvania, in my opinion, the economy is robust. Warren General Hospital employs over 600 individuals, 450 full-time equivalents, and we are number 5 on the list of largest employers in Warren County. Personally, I've served in hospital leadership roles for over 34 years. I began my recent journey as CEO of Warren General Hospital 4 years ago. My vision for Warren General was clear: to be an independent, community-focused hospital delivering world-class care through collaboration of staff, physicians, and volunteers. Over the time I've been at Warren General, we have been awarded 2 times the Top 100 Rural and Community Hospital in 2017 and 2018. We are making significant gains. The world of rural community hospital management is very, very difficult, but it can be successful. We can continue to thrive as independent organizations. This morning, I wish to describe and comment on the difficulty in recruiting physicians and other medical professionals to rural communities in Pennsylvania. Rural community hospitals face an uphill battle to find qualified physicians and medical professionals, including nurses, therapists, respiratory therapists, who understand how to deliver care in a community or resource and community, small community, and a resource-limited environment. Because of the absolute need and importance of sufficient number of physicians, I spend nearly 60% of my time on recruitment and retention of physicians and other medical professionals. Why is it difficult to recruit physicians and medical professionals to rural and community hospitals? I offer the following. Supply. It does not appear that we have enough physicians and other professionals, RNs, medical technologists, pharmacists, nurses, to meet demand. This supply and demand issue is amplified as competition exists between recruiting to the generally more desirable city hospitals and the suburban or rural communities. Number 2, rural community economic conditions and population or cultural diversity. Recruitment to a small and rural Pennsylvania community can be difficult as candidates are looking for sustainable, enjoyable lifestyles. Spouses, partners often want to be gainfully employed, and certainly the candidate, family, spouse, partner want a lifestyle they're accustomed to. Cultural and religious fit may not always be present in small and rural community hospitals across Pennsylvania. And certainly as we recruit, we look for those individuals who enjoy an outdoor lifestyle. Third, ability to practice in a resource-limited hospital environment. Physicians and other medical professionals must understand that high-quality care must be delivered regardless of resources. Often, the small and rural community hospital does not have access to medical specialists, including cardiologists, pulmonologists, neurologists, and other advanced critical care specialists. Regardless, the physicians and medical professionals still must deliver high-quality and service-oriented care. I seek candidates who are highly skilled and understand that they will be asked to often work independent of immediate access to specialists. Certainly, equipment is another factor in recruiting doctors and other medical professionals to our organizations. We have limited amount of money to buy new and updated equipment. Finally, salary, benefits, and working conditions. Because of limited supply of candidates, recruitment to the small and rural hospitals across the state of Pennsylvania, we compete with those in the city or suburban facilities recruiting the same doctors and medical professionals. We must often offer the same or higher salary, compensation, and benefits. We sell the fact that our compensation is better and that cost of living in rural and community hospitals communities across Pennsylvania is often lower, home costs, et cetera, being lower than in the city or the suburban areas. Working conditions may also come into play as younger candidates seek unique working hours and work-life balance opportunities. Again, due to the limited supply of candidates, we often engage at times in extended negotiations for compensation add-ons such as sign-on bonuses, relocation reimbursement, deferred income plans, student loan repayment, extended paid vacation, and professional education reimbursement. How long does it take to recruit physicians and other medical professionals to rural community hospitals in Pennsylvania? A long time. By way of background, it took me 24 months, 2 years, to recruit a medical oncologist to Warren, Pennsylvania. I interviewed over 18 candidates, personally brought 6 of those candidates and their families to visit the community. During those 24 months, having a very significant cancer center on our campus and a very outstanding cancer center, I needed to have backup for that physician opening. So therefore, I had to get a temporary doctor, or locums as we know them. That cost exceeded $500,000 for that time frame. It took me 12 months, 1 year, to recruit a pediatrician to Warren County. Many said I couldn't do it, but we brought that doctor in, and the extended cost for temporary coverage, over $200,000. It took me 1 year to recruit an OBGYN to Warren County. It took me 6 months to recruit a psychiatrist, and I consider myself lucky because in many towns and many cities across the state of Pennsylvania, finding a psychiatrist is extraordinarily difficult. Finally, and one near and dear, is it often takes 90 to sometimes 120 days to get my candidates securing a Pennsylvania license to practice medicine, or a license to practice medicine in Pennsylvania. In a minute, I'll offer some suggestions. What can be done legislatively to address rural and hospital recruitment of physicians and other medical professionals? I offer the following. Pennsylvania Rural and Hospital Physician Medical Professional Recruitment Grants. Perhaps grants to offset specific or specified recruitment fees and cost of my temporary or locum physicians. These grants may be based on recruitment of mission-critical doctors, those absolutely needed to serve the community. Grants to offset compensation add-ons, such as student loan, relocation fees, and professional education. Student loan repayment alternatives can be a very effective recruitment approach, especially when they're tied to length of service. An expedited process to secure a Pennsylvania license to practice medicine and surgery in the Commonwealth. Perhaps create an expedited pathway, 30 or 60 days, for clean candidates attempting to secure a license. Relocation grants for medical professionals interested in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Some type of grant, say $5,000 or $10,000 a year, in return for X years of service. Grants to support medical and student or medical professional clinical rotations, pre-residency in the case of physicians. Through our partnership with LECOM Health, Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, we will soon to begin to host medical and pharmacy students year-round at our hospital. To be specific, on the medical side is the 3rd and 4th year medical students, not a residency, but their final 2 years of education. Same would occur with our pharmacist, or the LECOM pharmacist. This obviously takes significant time, effort, and money from the hospital. I would certainly entertain a grant to allow us to handle more students. What does this do? That brings those students into our organization, into our community for an extended period of time. It gives us the opportunity to recruit them and to have their lifestyle be engaged within our community, so we potentially down the road, post-residency, can bring them back to the community. And finally, special assistance, either legal or other, in terms of grants to help us recruit those J-1 and H-1B visa candidates. There are many well-qualified foreign candidates, medical professionals, seeking U.S. citizenship and work within the Commonwealth. Of course, we welcome all qualified and community-engaged professionals. This, however, the J-1 and the H-1B visa approach and procedure takes a lot of time and a lot of money. Support regarding this additional cost would help. Finally, and related to the recruitment cost and temporary staff, I offer legislation regarding telemedicine be developed and passed ASAP. I'm specifically referring to legislation aimed at billing and collection payment for telemedicine consults. This is critical as telemedicine is evolving as an alternative to expensive, often non-existent coverage and recruitment. I'm also asking that perhaps grant be made available to Pennsylvania small and rural hospitals to develop, purchase, install, and operate the telemedicine platforms. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. I truly appreciate your perspective from a hospital in rural Pennsylvania. I know all of our hospitals face challenges, but I believe, being from rural Pennsylvania, that rural Pennsylvania faces very unique challenges in providing care for our citizens. I truly appreciate you traveling here today. I apologize that we do not have time for questions. Do anybody have any comments? I don't want to take a lot of time, but I know that Mr. Allen traveled 4 hours to be here, and I know other testifiers that are not. I don't know if you could stay to the end of the time. If we have time for questions,
Sure.
We certainly will come back and
Good.
have a question time.
I did submit written comments, so you may distribute those to the committee
Yes.
members, and glad to answer any questions.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I will tell you that there are a lot of the issues that you have addressed, just like with oil health. They all have been topics of discussion with members of the House, and not just the Health Committee, but across the board. So I truly thank you for being here today.
My pleasure. Thank you.